video is on now. So just to reiterate, we're going to try something new tonight, but it's going to use 2 loop bands. We're also going to use our weights if you have them. That's pretty much it for props. So let's get started with just some upper body. So we're just going to roll the shoulders. I think I'll leave my glasses on so I can see. And then we're just going to go from a point of the foot, taking it from side to side. And then we're just going to bring the arms around a little bit. So effectively what this is doing, if you think about what's happening here, we're pulling in through the navel slightly. And then we're going to get a bit of contraction already happening in the abs. Very subtle, but it's there. And you can bring the arms out a bit wider if you want to. Just that little twist behind. I've got very clicky ankles. Always. That's the dog snorting. Okay, then bring the arms down. And then what we could do is we could do a circle with the arms. So instead of doing this with the legs, what we'll do is we'll bend the knees and we'll go around. And then we'll go around the other way. So now we're sort of getting a bit of warm up into the knees as well. And stretch. And last one. Bring the feet in. Then we go on to upper body, just squeezing those shoulders forwards and backwards. And then bringing the arms down and just taking them slightly forwards and slightly back. And again, this is if you do a little bit of a twist, you'll feel that slightly in the waist, in the middle. And then bring that down after this one. Roll the shoulders a couple of times. Then we're going to go on to just a bit of balance work. So we're going to bring one knee up and just hold, bring it down slowly. Change over to the other side. Then we're going to go back to the other leg. This time we're going to bring the knee up. Oh, I can't do it now, I can't balance. Bring it up, take it out to the side and down. We'll do one more on each side. And then just kick his legs out. A little bit from lower body, we're going to just take the leg across and just see if we can balance. If you can't, just hold on to your chair or your wall, whatever works. Or stop and then recalibrate. Okay. Ooh. And then change it over, see if you can do it better on the other side. And then bringing that leg down. and just walk it out. And just taking the elbows back. And then we're going to bring the arms back down. Next thing, we'll just take one arm up and we'll take it over into a slight side bend. Bring it back up again. Take the other arm up into a side bend. And pull up. And neck next. So let's take those arms behind and squeeze into your palms. Squeeze and release. And after this one, bring the arms down. And we're sort of ready now just to take the head over to one side. Relax the shoulders if you can. Bring it back into the middle, over to the other side. Back into the middle. Okay, now we're going to try this thing with the 2 loop bands now. So either 1 or 2. If you've only got the one, I'm trying to think which one I use now. If you've only got the one, just put that around your thighs. If you've got the 2, you want to put it around your feet, not the ankles, the actual feet. A minute, let me just go forward, so I just want to change a view here. That's it. And it will look funny, but it doesn't matter. So what you're going to do, I'll do it from this side for you to start with. You're going to think about as if you're going to go into a bit of a squat position. Put in through the abdominals, push that bottom behind you a bit. And you're going to squeeze the knees out slightly, especially the one that, think about the one that's doing the leading. And you're just going to do a slight side step. So you should, after about 10, you should start to feel it working. If it's not, squeeze that knee out slightly more. And then once you've done about 15, just stand up and wait. When you're ready, go back into position. Squeeze those knees out again. Always get that first, and then take it the other way. So this is where you're going to really see which side is the weaker side. Okay, and then when you're ready to stand up, we're going to do that one more time. I'll go forwards this time. Okay, coming down, squeeze those knees out. We'll do about 15 on each side. And that's really activating this glute medius muscle. And it should actually feel quite strong. Not so much the muscle, but the move. And you should feel it really. Yeah, you might need to give yourselves a pat. And then we've got our last one now, going back the other way. Squeeze those knees out. Keep looking forwards. I've lost count. I think we've got about 5 more. Ooh, this is my worst side. Oh, did you feel that? So feel free to take those off. That's actually harder than you know, just putting a band on and taking that out like this, I think that really does get it, doesn't it? And let's just bring that back up. Well done. Okay, so next thing, while we're sort of waking up the glutes, let's just take the feet out a bit wider and just do a few squats. Haven't you done many squats lately? So when you're ready, drop down into those heels and then stretch back up. So just go down lightly to start with. You can stay like that if need be, depending on your knees. Keep that weight in the heels and into or towards your bottom. Draw up, draw into your glutes as you come up. Should we just do one more? And then shake the legs. So what we'll do now is we'll move on to our weights, using our weights. So I'm going to do some quite a bit of arm work. So we're going to start with bicep and triceps. So take your weights. We're going to start with bicep curl. So we're just going to do what's called a hammer curl. And I'm going to actually amalgamate it with tricep work as well. Okay, and then what we're going to do, see how this goes, bring the arms down, just lean forwards a bit, so you're pulling up through the abdominals, pushing the bottom behind you, and then you're now going to take the arms behind you and then bring them back, push behind. Looking forwards, although you might need to just check. So the actual triceps are being worked as you stretch them away from you. Okay, last one. And then you're going to just bring it down, roll the shoulders and go back into bicep curls or hammer curls as they're called. Standing nice and tall. And now we're going to take it back into the triceps. So push that bottom behind. Take those elbows behind first and then stretch and return. So the main thing is just keeping those elbows in place. Obviously the lower you go, the more, more work it is. There's more weight against you. Okay, one more. Bring it back in. Now just have a rest. I'm going to do one more set of those actually. So I'm going to just put the weights down for a second, just to have it's best to have a bit of a rest really between, especially when you're doing a bit more. And while we're resting, we could do a lean forward and just a squeeze behind with the glutes. So I want you to just feel it here. And you shouldn't be feeling it into your back. So it's just little moves, little pulses. You could just do a little pulse if you can stay balanced. And then bring that knee back. Change over to the other side. take that leg back and squeeze. Last one. Bring that leg in, and then we're going to go back to the weights again. We're going to do one more set of what we've just done, but it's slightly different. So this time bicep curl will have the hands, palms facing forwards. So you could do either them. You could either bring both of them up, squeeze them up, or if you want, you can do alternate. Probably better to do both, because if the weights are quite light, it should be absolutely fine. Think of that squeeze up towards the shoulders. Last one, and then we'll go straight into tricep extensions. Again, just push that down and squeeze and release. If you feel that you're finding the weight work a bit easy, you can always look at going up in your weights. I've actually now got anything from 0.5 kilogram up to 5. Yeah, and I'm probably going to go up from there. We do need this weight training as we get older for bone health. Okay, 2 more. Put some weight down into the bones. And it's good for building muscle as well, which again becomes depleted as we get older. Okay, so that's that bit. Then I'm just going to take some slightly different weights. And what we'll do now, we're going to take the arms out in front and just bring them out to the side. So we're keeping the hands in line with your shoulders if you can. Okay, last one. Bring the arms down. This time we're going to take them out to the side and we're going to bring them in. So again, this is biceps again. But it's in a slightly different position, isn't it? And it feels strange. Okay, we'll do 2 more. 1, 2. Now bring those shoulders down. You might want to just do a rummage around just to loose them off a bit. So this one is for the back, your rhomboids. So you take the squeeze out and then you come back in. So really think about what's happening in your shoulders. And then what we'll do is we'll bring those elbows together, or close as you can, and we're just going to squeeze up and down. And then bring those arms down. You can feel that, can't you? And finally, I think that's finally, I'm going to just lean over slightly, and yeah. Just take it across. So what you can do, if you want, you can take it across the body a bit, and that's going to work the core area. Try and keep them up as you would as a boxer by your face. And then what you can do is you can do a hook as well, so you can go under. Like that, that's it. I haven't done it for a while. You can see why it's so good for you, can't you? Because you can also feel it in the core. Try not to bash your nose. Okay, and then just bring those arms down. So that's your weights. We're going to use the weights a bit later when we're in side work. So just bring them down ready. So I think we can come down. Yeah, we'll come down into crook position. I'm not planning to use the loop bands again. I think it's just weights that you'll need. And let's bring everything down. There we go. Okay, brilliant. So we're going to come down onto our backs to begin with. So we want to do a bit of ab work tonight. So I'm definitely going to start off with ab work and do quite a bit of that now. And then we'll move on to the glutes a little bit. Okay. Okay, so once you're comfortable, let's just engage this core area. So as we take a breath in, we're then going to push that back down into the floor. And then just hold it for a few seconds, so you're really utilising those deep muscles, and then just release it. Take another breath in. Now encourage that back down. So if you have something under there, they won't be able to pull it out. And release. Good. And then from that position, let's just roll the back in towards the floor and then squeeze the bottom just for a little lift of the hips, and then roll back down through vertebrae. Let the bottom relax, and then again just squeeze that back down into the mat. Lift the hips by squeezing your glutes. And roll back down. We're then going to take the arms up. So if you want to use weights for this one, you can do. We've got that chin slightly tucked, and we'll do our rib cage closure. So what we're effectively doing now is keeping that back in the same position. Being mindful of that it's not lifting. How's that going? Should we do just one more? And bring the arms down. We'll go straight into toe taps. So we're really trying to keep that back imprinted. And keep it there while we're toe tapping, which actually is quite difficult when you really think about it. Just don't let the back lift. And try not to bring, I know for some of you it's difficult, but try not to bring the knees in too much. Try and take them away. That makes you work harder, but keeping the back in. into the floor. We've got one more on each side. And then bring the knees into the chest. And then this time we'll do heel taps. So flex feet, again back, bring that back into the mat. Take it to wherever you can. You don't have to touch the floor. I want you to be able to keep the back imprinted. Last one on each side. And then bring the knees back in. And then bring the feet down. One at a time. And then what we'll do is we'll bring our hands under the head. Let's get some sort of outer ab work. Rectus abdominis work. So we've got that little tuck of the chin. We're going to contract the abs ready and just do that very basic lift and lower. Just get that going first, because sometimes we tend to pull our heads and we're trying to avoid doing that. Try and keep the head and neck soft. I know it's difficult. Okay, and then we're going to come back up, hold that position and just pulse it. So really keeping that back down. And 3, 2, 1, and come back down. Let's just have a quick stretch. So you could just lift your back or stretch the legs, entirely up to you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work on obliques, going from side to side to the outer muscles. So again, just keeping that, going back to your position, your back slightly imprinted, contract, and then go from side into the middle to the other side. How's that feeling? When you're ready, just come back down and take a quick rest. I think I thought of something else actually as well. So what we could do is if you take one arm under, so if you, let's say you take your left arm or hand underneath your head, back is imprinted, you're going to lift slightly and you're just going to go to the side. So you're almost like pointing, taking that hand towards your foot, your right hand towards your right foot. And again, you should feel that in your obliques. It's quite a subtle move. Keep going with that. And then take a rest. Take a rest. I've just seen it not being done quite as I've asked, so let's try on the other side. So what we're doing, when we come up, we don't want to take the elbow across, we want to just go from there to there. So if you think about the hands pushing down towards your left hand's pushing towards your left foot, but you're not bringing the elbow across because we've just done that. So to that way, I'm going to come and have a little check. Okay, couple more. That's good. So just have a quick, oh, hiccups now. Just have a quick rest. Because that's not easy. And we've got one more set and then we'll move on to some other things. Just make sure you've had a bit of stretch. So this one is where we take up one knee and we take both hands behind your head. Back is slightly imprinted. And then as you bring the knee in, and you're going to sort of stay slightly upwards, up, you're not going to come all the way back, down, knee towards the chest slightly. You should feel that in the sort of rib cage under there, on the other side. Let's just bring the head down, stretch, bring the other knee up now, and we do the same on that side. This is the last lot of these exercises. We'll do a bit more abs, deep abs in a minute. Last one. Can you feel that under your rib cage? Okay, just stretch the legs away. And then you're welcome to come up with a roll up. Maybe do a couple of roll ups and roll downs, or you can just come up like this and just wait for everyone to do their couple of roll ups and roll downs. But come up to seated position anyway. So just 2 roll ups and roll downs if you want to do those. If not, just come up to seated. And then once you've done those, we're going to do some work in all fours, pretty much. Yeah, I'm just checking everyone's okay. Getting into position. So we're in our all fours position. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over your knees. And we're just going to just do our little chest, shoulder. No, it's shoulder, isn't it? Shoulder blade. And it's just helping to mobilise. Then we're going to just lift up through the abdominals, so rounding the back off, and then pushing the bottom behind you. And then lift up again, rounding the back, and then just stretching back into your shell stretch. We're then going to take the hands as wide as the mat, bring the knees back a bit. This is where we're going to do those reverse push-ups. So I tend to take my knees back a bit. First of all, I'm going to let the elbows bend behind me and then come down to the chest, and then utilising the strength, hopefully from your triceps and shoulders and arms, lifting. Always lifting up through your tummy, coming back, and then hover over, bend the elbows. It's not easy. Take the hands back a bit if that helps. It's a strong move, isn't it? And stretch. Try not to let the tummy just come down first. I know it's easy to do that. This is great for strengthening your arms. And then I think what you can do now is come down and just come onto your elbows. So today I'm going to give you a choice of when we do the plank. So we can either do just the tummy lift and then lowering, or you could do your lift but your knees are down, or you can come up into your plank, hips lifted, elbows down. Okay, so any of those. So I'm going to try and do one of each, I think, today. We're going to do 2 in total, and we're going to try and hold, I'm probably going to try and I'm going to have to count this, but we'll see. We'll try and hold it up to about 20 seconds, 20 to 30. Okay, so come get into your position, pull up and start. So we're lifting up through the abdominals. Always lift a bit more, and I'm not counting. Keep lifting. And release back down. And give yourselves a stretch if you need to. This time I'm going to watch, so I'll start off and then I'm going to come and have a quick look. So I'm just going to go up onto my knees this time. So when you're ready, lift under the tummy, come up into position, and just keep lifting. The main thing is lifting through those abdominals. They want to come back down. So just, keep talking to yourself and saying, they need to lift, they need to lift. Keep lifting a little bit more. And release back down. Okay, hope that felt okay. That's your deep abdominals. Then we're going to come back into all fours position. And we're just going to come up into that full plank, then back onto the knees. So really tuck under into the abdominals. And then after you finish that one, just lean back into your shell stretch. Excellent, okay, and now come back into all fours position. This is the last exercise in all fours. We're going to lift one knee, no, let's straighten it, let's do a straight one. We're going to lift and lower. Working into the glutes. And now we're going to, on that same leg, lift and just squeeze. You can flex the foot if you want to. Just doing those pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee in. Let's just take the weight off your wrists for a second. And then come back into position. Stretch the leg away. Try to keep yourself level, and lift that leg and lower. Just feel that in your bottom. And after this one, hold it and pulse. down into your stretch. And back up. Brilliant. So we've done a little bit of work on the glutes. Now we're going to do a little bit of side work. So a little bit more glute work. So come down onto the side. So as normal, we can draw leg circles first. Just great to mobilise. We've got a little lift under the waist. Don't forget that. And change direction. Lovely, bring that leg down. Then we're going to go into a clam position. Again, just lift onto that waist. We're just going to open and close. Let's open 2, 3, and then close. Last one. And then we're going to lift. I'm going to open. So lift the feet and just do one. We're not doing any pulses. We've got one more to do. Okay, and relax. So I think we'll do a bit of upper body. So this is going to be our open book. But before we do that, we'll just do a few rotator cuff exercises. So you're going to take your weight in your hand, place the one arms out in front of you, keep the elbow into the body, and then I'm just going to lift and lower. I want you to kind of feel that squeeze into the back of the shoulder. And try to keep your weight, your hand in line with your elbow. So rather than going upwards or downwards, try and keep it in line. Last one. And now you can remove the weight if you want to, and we'll just do our open book. So just taking that arm up. I can't do this side very far anymore since the op. I assume it's scar tissue, so I need to work on it. Keep the chin tucked. Last one. And when you're ready, just come up in seat position. And we'll do those on the other side. Starting off with leg circles. Stretch out underneath, so think about a nice stretch body and change direction. Okay, after this one, let's go into a clam position. We're going to open 2, 3, close. Last one. And then we're going to lift the feet and just open and close. Last one. Well done. Give yourselves a pat. I think it didn't say that last time, did I? And then we'll just set ourselves up for rotator cuff and open book. So starting with rotator cuff. Keeping that elbow in and then just squeeze and release back down. Last one. And now stretch the arms together, hands towards each other together, then come into your stretch of open book. We've got one more to do. Well done. Then we'll come up and then just take ourselves back onto our backs. To finish off. So we're going to start with single leg stretch. So let's just bring one knee into the body, stretch the other leg away, and then alternate. Coming into a lifted position if you want to, or if you can, that is. Now bring the knees back towards your chest and straight out into double leg stretch. I'm always being watched by Hugo. Yeah, exactly. Poor Hugo. We've got a couple more to do. And bring the knees in. Excellent. Bring the feet down to the floor. And we're going to take the right foot over the left and just draw the leg in. We're trying to encourage the knee away from you. change over to the other side. And release. Stretch the legs away from you. Point and flex the feet a couple of times. And then bring the knees up. And then we're going to roll up into seated position. I don't know if you found it got really hot towards the ends. I think single leg stretch and double leg stretch and things like that tend to really heat up the body. So what we're going to do, just coming in seated position, however you want to or can sit, that is, and rolling the shoulders a couple of times. And stretch the arms out. Take a breath in and out. And in again. And out. Wonderful. Brilliant. Well done, you guys. I will see you next week. And try and get up from the floor without putting your hands down.